I'm, too, so grateful for those readings tonight. They have a special meaning to me for the idea of having our expectation in God for our demonstration. Perhaps one of the first healings I had when I came here was about that. I had spent at least some of my childhood in a Christian Science Sunday school and had a little bit of practitioner help. But I don't believe I ever had too many healings and through Christian Science treatment. And when I came to this church and began working with the practitioner here, it was one of the things she sensed about me, and she told me that I had no expectation of healing. And I was rather shocked by that, but when I thought about it, it was true, I guess, because I hadn't been healed. I didn't expect to get healed. And Mrs. Eddy has said in prose work that we must, mortal mind is like a feather bed that needs to be shaken. And my human mind definitely needed to be shaken. And I needed to realize that my expectation was not from God, because if it had been from God, I would have been expecting healing. And I was given what was read tonight in Psalm 62, verse 5. My soul, wait thou only upon God, for my expectation is from him. And with that one verse, I learned so much, because I could see in so many ways where I had not been expecting. I hadn't been looking to God for healing. Perhaps I'd looked to people or to time or to certain circumstances to work out, but not to God. And I needed that discipline. I needed to realize that healing comes from God and God alone, and to begin to seek him in all ways, and certainly for healing. And once I did that, and once my human mind had been shaken up a bit to realize what I had been inadvertently doing, I began to have healings for the first time. And I'll always be grateful for that healing and for that lesson. I remember it was the first article I ever wrote for our magazine at that time called Healing Thoughts. The article was called, My Expectation is from the Lord. And boy it is, and boy it should be, and I'm very grateful for that lesson. In Science and Health on page 199, Mrs. Eddy says, the devotion of thought to an honest achievement makes the achievement possible. The devotion of thought, when we have it so deeply within us that this is the right idea of healing, God provides it, God gives it. He's a God of love. And when we devote our time and energy in knowing that and seeking that and in expecting that, the healings do come. Sometimes quickly, sometimes not so quickly, but they do come. I'm so grateful for the wonderful lessons I've learned by being a member here. I'm grateful that we have a meeting full of hearts overflowing with testimonies. I'm so grateful for Mrs. Eddy for all that she's given us. And thank you all, and have a good night.